What are the pros and cons of traditional publishing? My name is Gina. I'm an author, editor, publishing professional. I help you make your writing better. I do have an entire playlist of self-pub versus trad-pub to help you make this decision, but the biggest pro of traditional publishing is that they assume all of the financial risk for you. They will pay you in advance, which is an advance on royalties, and then in exchange for them taking on the financial risk, they pay for editing and formatting and production and shipping and distribution and marketing. They pay for all of the stuff. They pay for the cover design and the interior design. They will do all of that. They pay to have trade reviews and they do all of this stuff for you. They assume all of the financial risk. You pay nothing to traditionally publish. You can go from idea to book in your hand without spending a single cent. In exchange for them taking on that financial risk, they keep a big chunk of your royalties when the book does start selling. They will then pay you somewhere between 6% and 35% of list price, depending on the format and how many copies you have sold. Average is actually going to be like 10 to 12%, but they are going to keep a big chunk of that because they are the ones who assumed the financial risk. That financial risk includes paying you in advance on your royalties and saying, we think this is going to sell X number of copies, so that means we think you are going to earn over the lifetime of the book $50,000. We will give you that now in exchange for you to finish editing the book and get it polished up, and in exchange for the work that you've already done to get it up to this point, and then we will take it from here. You have already written the book. They will have an editor work with you, but they are working with you. Your name is going to be on the cover of the book. You need to be the one who is the most proud of it. They usually do not take a book and then just turn it into something else entirely, although I guess that's possible if that's what you want to do with it. They will do some editing in collaboration with you. They do not just yank the book from you and take control of it. They do take control of marketing decisions, but marketing decisions, to many people's dismay, includes cover design and title and release date. Those are marketing decisions, and so the publisher is going to have much more control over those than you do. It is possible for you to retain meaningful input. What does meaningful mean? Any lawyer will tell you that that's a non-enforceable term, but it feels good. So you will have some input. They will communicate back and forth with you and let you make suggestions or say, hey, I don't like that. You will always do this with your literary agent involved in this conversation. Anytime there is a conversation with a publisher, your agent should be involved in that conversation so that they can help to be the diplomat in between the two of you. For some reason, the thing that people always get really up in arms in my comment section is I don't think I could ever let them make a bad movie out of my book. And I think you could. I think you could let them do that. I think that if you are selling so many copies that there is movie interest in your book and somebody has given you $50,000 for that option and then renewed that option every year for another $30,000, and it has been 15 years since you wrote that book and you don't even really remember what is going on inside of it, I think you're going to take the money and run. I really do. And that is why so many people are upset with the movie adaptations of the books that they loved, because the author worked on that book like 20 years before the book, 50 years, 200 years before I don't know, the author's not alive. It's been 200 years. You know what I mean? But they worked on this book so long ago that they're not emotionally invested in it anymore, and they took the money. And if you were given money for, and like a big boatload of money for something that you worked on 10 years ago, you're probably going to take it.